Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Eleanor and I have a book haul for you today. It's only been a month since my last book haul, but of course I've bought more books. The first part of this book haul I'll just be very brief, just because it's probably not really relevant to a lot of you. You probably won't be rushing it to buy these books. I, for the last year, have been learning Scottish Gaelic, and I'm getting there, learning bits and pieces, but I've bought some books in Scottish Gaelic that I can't quite read yet, but I'm aiming to work towards reading, and obviously, of course, they're children's books, so I thought I would show you them. So the first one is an Triùir agus Lùbag, which is this book here. I couldn't tell you what it's about. It'll be a few years before I'm able to read this, but I really wanted to support a Scottish Gaelic writer. He, Maoilios Caimbeul, I don't think I've pronounced that correctly. So I wanted to support a Scottish Gaelic writer instead of just an English book that's been translated. They're great as well, but it's great to support people who solely write in Gaelic, even though it's very niche. So yeah, I couldn't really tell you what this is about. There's some lovely illustrations on the chapter headings and stuff, so maybe in a couple of years' time, once I know more Gaelic, I can read that. And the next books I bought it's a set of 12, and they're called SPÀGAN. This one's SPÀGAN agus, and it's the purple guy is called SPÀGAN, and it's SPΑGAN at work, and there's quite a few of them, and there's quite a few ones. There's SPΑGAN and in hospital. Obviously he's going to hospital. So yes, it's a series of 12 books, and I think they were originally written in English. In 1977 they were initially written in English, and they were translated into Gaelic, and they were illustrated by Quentin Blake. So you probably recognise the name Quentin Blake, and you probably recognise the illustrations. Quentin Blake does all the illustrations for Roald Dahl books, so they're beautiful illustrations. Yeah, so this is more up my alley. Little picture books. I'm going to be starting to read these in the next month or two with my Gaelic classes about translating them. So yeah, that's the first 13 books I bought are ones that aren't relevant to you. The next book I bought was Piranesi by Susanna Clarke. By the time this video goes up, I'll have published my review of this book. This was my favourite book of the year. I'll just say that. I've already read it. Excellent. So good. Piranesi is a man who lives in this place called the House, and every room is like 100 feet long, 50 feet wide. It's massive high ceilings, big rooms, and they're covered in full of like statues and things like that. Kind of think like Greek and Roman like statues. Sorry if you can hear the noise, that's my cat running wild around the room. So yes, it's just about Piranesi, and it's such a short book, I don't want to say any more, but yeah, I bought this and I've read it and I've loved it. The next book I bought was a pre-order, and it was the OMG Effect 60-second sermons to help you live a fuller life by Reverend Chris Lee. As the name and the title suggest, this is a book about Christianity. I am a Christian and I do like reading books by Christians. I pre-ordered this book and it came, and I'm already more than halfway through the book and I'm loving it. Reverend Chris Lee is a pastor down in England for the Church of England, and I think he's like in his mid-30s or something, and his way of Christianity and the way of life is just so modern, and it's just really refreshing. I follow him on Instagram, and he does something on Instagram called 60-second sermons. Through Instagram stories every day, he would just say for 60 seconds just a wee word about Jesus and about God and about like everyday life, and it's just 60 seconds of encouragement every day, and they're really, really nice. And Reverend Chris has a lovely little family with young kids, and he's just really nice, and he's always got lovely things to say, and I find him really encouraging. He is also friends with two people called Josh and Ollie, and they have 2 channels on YouTube. I'll leave them linked below if you're interested, One of them is called Korean Englishman, and it's where Josh and Ollie go back and forth to South Korea, and it's all about the Korean food and culture and stuff, and they do mini-series, and a couple of the series have included Rev Chris, and one of them has included Rev Chris and his identical twin brother, Major Charles, and they just go on adventures in South Korea, and they're really, really fun to watch. But mostly Rev Chris appears in their other channel called Jolly. I'll leave them linked below as well. And there's lots of really fun videos of Rev Chris assessing like pop songs and stuff like that, and seeing what he thinks about certain cultural things and key pop songs and things, and seeing what he has to say about them. And he's just lovely, and it made me obviously want to pre-order his book, and I'm loving it. It's also a signed edition, so I got it signed. And the last book I bought, it was a pre-order, it's supposed to be arriving tomorrow, but I wanted to get this filmed today, is Ready Player 2 by Ernest Cline. So this is the sequel to Ready Player 1, and it's supposed to be arriving tomorrow. I've kind of gone on a spree of buying a couple of hardbacks here. I don't really normally buy hardbacks, and I'm probably after this going to go back to buying books secondhand for a while, because they're so expensive. But yeah, I'm waiting on my pre-order, and it's taking ages because Waterstone are really slow. So yeah, so that was my really quick whirlwind haul video for you. Let me know if you've read any of these books, or if you plan to read any of them, or actually, I don't know if that's relevant because only 3 of these books are ones that you would actually read. Never mind. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. If you want to know where my cat's been this whole time, he's been up here causing havoc, having a wee bath. You on the bookshelves? What are you doing?